Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is January's Q&A and I should have done this earlier, but it's been a pretty crazy start of the year with work and everything, so I apologize that it's late, but we are going to film. So it is about, it's almost 11 o'clock at night now, but I've told myself I have to film, otherwise I'm not going to get this out. So let's get straight into the questions. Thank you again to everyone for them. But yes, let's get started. Sue X She, did you gift your Hermès essay anything after getting your quota back? Is it appropriate? So I'm quite a giver. I love to buy presents and I do it sincerely. However, the essays don't accept anything because it is company policy. I have told my essays, oh my gosh, I want you to buy like a box of chocolate if I'm going traveling, but my essays like, no, don't, because they can get in trouble. And I thought, well, it's actually just a box of chocolate. I really want to, as a thank you, really something cheap like a biscuit. But my essay says, no, it's just, they just want the trouble of it. But I'm sure they know that you really appreciate what they've done. So it's different. I know maybe in different countries it's okay, but in Singapore they're pretty strict because it could seem like, you know, you're bribing them with a box of chocolate. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, right? Because a box of chocolate compared to, say, you know, a bag, but unfortunately it's very strict. So it may feel appropriate to us because it's a thanks, but from a governance and company policy, actually, they don't want to accept anything. Mr. Derek Tan, would you consider getting another piece from Cartier? If yes, what would it be? Wow. I would love to get more of the Clash collection. So I purchased the Clash ring last year. And though you don't see me, like today I'm wearing like silver rings, but you don't see me wear them very often. But every time I put it on, say when I'm doing my work at home or I'm going out to the office, it's just so different and edgy. And nothing like the love bracelet. So if I were to get another piece, I would love to get another piece from the Clash line. Would the bracelet be okay? Because I have quite a bit of bracelets. Yeah, I've got my love, I've got some gold jewelry, I've even started to wear my Tiffany bracelet again. I'm kind of like stacking my bracelets right now because I kind of like the feeling and the sound. Yeah, I would love to get one more, and the Clash collection is very unique and I actually really like it. Lizzie C, where do you walk your puppy in Singapore? Okay, I think I'm a really bad mom, like poor mom. I know there are a lot of people that bring their dogs to like East Coast Park or Tanjong Rhu or places where a lot of space and you can maybe let your dog run off leash. I don't know, because I don't know, because I don't walk my dog anywhere else except around the area. So there is sort of like a little walking trail, and that's all I do. I just every day the same trail. I'll walk her out of the place and then along the trail and back. And actually one loop is about 20-30 minutes. And for dogs, actually 20-30 minutes of walking, at least for her, because she's not a border collie or, you know, one of those dogs that need to be walked 2 hours a day. 30 minutes for her is actually quite a lot of exercise. She could get more, like she could be playing around the house, definitely, but for walking, because during the walk she's so busy, right? She's like smelling. So it's, even though it's, if you walk straight, like if she had a good day, she walks straight back and straight there and straight back, it's about 20 to 30 minutes. But actually the walk can be about an hour, because, or 45 minutes, maybe not an hour, 45 minutes, because she's going like this, stop, walk a little bit, stop, come back, a little stop. So it's always back and forth, and by the time I get back, it's at least 40 to 45 minutes, but sometimes I'm like, come on, let's go. Just kind of I want just to finish the walk. I don't bring her anywhere else. I don't drive in Singapore, so for me to go to places where there are big walking trails, especially like East Coast Park, a lot of people bring their puppies there, or the MacRitchie. I think you can bring your dogs there as well, or the Botanic Gardens, which I have tried once, which is really good, but it's just too far for me because it's you need to drive there, and I don't. And getting Grab and getting the taxis, it's a little inconvenient. So yeah, I know. Miss Wens, what do you think of white Hermès bags? Are they difficult to maintain? They are beautiful. I have the mushroom, I also have nata, and it's so refreshing and so light and bright and just gorgeous, but they are more maintenance. Is it difficult to maintain? I believe it depends on your style. Like if you're always dressed in light clothing, then I don't think there's any issue, because you won't be worried about your clothes color transferring onto the bag. But if you are a person that always wear dark colors, like denim colors or black colors, or even denim jeans, or dark coats, then you need to be more careful, because when you rub a light color bag against a dark color fabric and friction creates heat, it could cause color transfer. One way is you can always do a color protectant on the bag and just protect it. It will help to minimize it. But I would say that the leathers are hardy, so it's not like one touch it'll be dirty, but at the same time you need to be aware of what you are wearing and where you're bringing the bag. Never as carefree as a black bag, for sure. And it's not that black bags don't get stains, it's just because they are black or dark, you don't see it. White, unfortunately, or light colored bags, or like pink or sakura, any stain is obvious. So it's just your style and your lifestyle and how careful you are as a person. I'm not careful. I just wear my bag as it is. And I think naturally, because when I'm wearing those light bags, I tend to be more aware. And it's not that it's extra effort, I just tend to be more, aware of my surroundings. I don't just go and swing my bag everywhere. When I'm putting it on, say I'm putting on a table, I will make sure I've got a napkin under. So I become naturally more careful and be a little bit more gentle. But it's not extra work. I don't find it like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be careful. I'm not that. I'm concerned, but at the same time, it's still a bag. So it doesn't rule me, rather that I just take a little bit more steps or precautions. And so far, so good. _Mlin. After you get a quota bag, does your pre-spend reset to 0 to get your next quota bag in Hermès, Singapore? So don't quote me on this, but I think it does. I think once you, do like your journey, and then you hit a whatever number it is right now, because apparently it's gone up or it's gone down, I don't know, depends. But when you hit that magical number that you can suddenly ask your essay, then when you get your quota bag, let's say it gets approved and you get your quota bag, they look at the purchases post that quota bag. Unless maybe you really spent a lot in your the pre-spend and let's flow over, like it's a lot, like you'd have to be, I don't know, maybe you did 4 times for a mini Lindy, okay, just an example, then maybe the essay may pity you and say, okay, why don't you don't spend anymore and maybe just wait for a quota bag. So I think it really depends on the essay, but generally from what I've heard, it resets at the point of that quota bag. ZHYLAJ. Hi, how much should I spend monthly at Hermès Singapore in order to get 1 quota bag in a year? Wow. That's a really good question. And gosh, I used to think it was 1-to-1. I used to, and if you know how much your Birkin bags, you can kind of estimate the amount. Nowadays, I've heard that it could be 2, maybe 3, even in Singapore, because they just have a lot more customers and they just have so much more demand. So with more demand, they can't make as many bags as they want to. I'm sure they want to make more bags, or maybe they also control it, but maybe it just makes more business sense to get a little bit more bags out, because you have so much demand to fulfill. In any case, because there is this excess demand and supply is not catching up, it's getting more expensive. Like they'll make you spend a little bit more. If you want it, you get it, or you get it at a reseller. Just take, for example, if you're doing, say, 2 times to 1, you could easily be spending 3,000-4,000 a month. I know it just sounds crazy, right? Because if you take 4,000 a month and times 12, that's 48,000 for a bag. That's possible. It's really, really, really possible. So from what I've heard nowadays, a lot of new customers are open to buying from the resale market because the wait is just crazy. It's a lot of uncertainty and you just don't know. And you don't know the amount that you're going to be putting in. I'm struggling to tell you how much to spend per month because it also depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a Birkin, the amount could be a little less. If you're looking for a Kelly, depending on the specifications you want, do you want Kelly 25, Cellier, neutral color, or you want it Riton, or you want 28? Each bag is priced differently. Do you want Chev leather? Are you going for box leather, Togo, Clemence? The permutations are just so much. But all I can tell you is the general rule of thumb is it was 1-to-1. But it's no longer that in Singapore. It's definitely gone up. Instead of looking at how much you should spend a month, I think it's more about how, buying what you want, like really looking at the things that you want to get. Joanne Melissa, which is more practical for everyday office bag, mother bag, Lindy or Birkin? Definitely the Lindy. The Birkin is great and they say it's like a tote, but it's just not so practical for everyday office mommy bag because it's open and it's just not. To me, the Lindy is still a very, very practical bag. Daniel_Melbourne. I cannot think of a question, but I wanted to say hello. All right, next question is from Miss Jean.P. 2 questions from you. Hi Kat, I love your vlog, especially with natto. Thank you. I love making them as well. Any recommendations for a card holder? So I am kind of eyeing a card holder from Chanel. There is something about this card holder that attracts me. It's slightly bigger. If I can find a picture, I'll put it here, but it's not the regular, card holder size. It's actually slightly taller. It has a zip. It's a very flat card holder, but it has a zip. So you could kind of put a little bit of cash inside and a few cards on the left and right side. So it almost looks like a square card holder. I'm very attracted to that. I think that is more useful than just a regular card holder because a card holder, well, it's obviously for cards, but if you want to put cash, it'll kind of stick out. The one that I'm thinking of, the zip kind of keeps your maybe cash or maybe some coins safer. Your other question, hi Kat, do you have any plans to buy Celine? If yes, which one? So I'm hoping to put this video up by tomorrow, but next week at our luxury live show, we're going to talk about our wish list items for the year. And sneak peek, one of the wish list things that I kind of wishing, I don't know if I would ever buy it, but I'm wishing is actually a Celine Triomphe bag. Now there are 2 sizes. There's the teen and the regular one. I like the teen because it's cuter, it's smaller, and it just looks more kind of like for my size, kind of looks good. But it's a small bag and I have quite a few small bags already, so I'm kind of thinking of the bigger one, so the regular size. But yes, the Celine Triomphe has grown on me over the past few months. And yes, that's in my wish list, and if I were to buy one, that would be the one. CJ, what luxury item do you think would make for a good 21st birthday gift? Jewelry. Absolutely jewelry. I think there is something very special, sentimental, almost forever when you turn 21. So for me, I turned 21 when I was in Australia with 2 friends. They were my housemates and I was just talking about this bracelet. So this is a nomination bracelet with it had cat on it, K-A-T, and was it? I think cat, and then I had a doggy. So they grouped together, I think it was like 5 or 6 people. They got this for me and it was for my 21st birthday. and it's lived on my wrist since then. I am 42 this year, 21 years on my wrist. Over the years, I've added a few more charms on it, but I think if I remove it, I feel naked. It's part of me. You know, it surpasses bags and SLGs. I think the closest thing that could come to something that is simple, something that I can wear close to me would be a watch. I think that would be another very, very luxurious item to give. Anastasia Girls says, recommendations for 100% leather shoulder bag in brown. Can be luxury or not. 100% leather shoulder bag. Oh, I really like this YSL bag that is constantly on my mind. It's a shoulder bag. It's kind of like a smaller, I'll put a picture here. It's really, really nice. LV has a lot of nice bags, but they're not like brown. If you're looking for brown, I have to give a think about it, because brown, wow, couldn't find like the right brown bag. But yeah, maybe I should do a video like best brown bags, best brown shoulder bags, like do a whole series on colors. What do you think about that? I think that'll be quite fun. Alicia TKH, what would you consider your goal in life? Wow. My goal in life is to be happy. Is to be happy and healthy and just content. I think if I was younger, I'll say, oh, my goal in life is to be rich. But it doesn't bring happiness. I mean, I'm not rich. I mean, I think if you're rich, you're happy, right? But at the same time, I think happiness is something that you, like you're being, whether you're rich or you're poor, if you're happy, it doesn't matter. Like okay, ever since Guy got Nato, I know Nato's always in my story, but I think there is something so pure about having such a simple life, right? All she wants is food, play, run around, pee, poop. But I think she's happy. So she's like my ideal goal. Like, you can have such simplicity in your life. All you want to be loved and you're happy. So I think she's given me that perspective, that goal in life. I just want to be really, really happy. How to be happy? Maybe that's another question that I have to think about, but happy. Cray Bag Lady, what's your next wish from Hermès? In which color? So another sneak peek into the wish list. But if you follow our luxury live shows, you probably know what I'm hoping to get. So I am thinking of getting another Birkin 25. Thought about it. If I want to chase for another quota bag, that would be the one that would be my preference. Between the Birkin and the Kelly, I prefer the Birkin. And the color that I really want is Tan. I think it's so beautiful, and I think palladium hardware would be gorgeous with that leather. Cat Gifs, what's the website you've mentioned before that sells artisanal Italian bags? Thanks. Myrta, Mirta, J Liu NJBCH. What's on your bag wish list for 2024? So I've already spoken about 2, and I'm going to give more sneak peeks. I should do a wish list video, so I will do that, but I'm going to do it via the luxury live show first, and then talk about it in like a video here. So definitely the Birkin. I would love to get a Celine, but you know, I can't have everything, so I definitely want to pick and choose. Jen Kuhn 79. Celine small Boston bag or Gucci mini Ophidia GG top handle bag. Ooh, I will put both pictures here. I'm kind of attracted to the Celine Boston bag. I think it's because it looks like a Speedy, and it just looks clean and understated, even though it has the logos embossed. I mean, not logos, but it has the monogramming on it. But I kind of like it. I think it's not as loud as the LV. Selena Francisco, you have 2 questions. How do you reset yourself when under the pressure of stress? And your other question is, or a comment is, also wishing your H fairy grants you something special this month. Thank you so much. So to your first question, how do I reset? You know how I reset? Oh my gosh, let me tell you, this January, and actually not this January, the past easily 5 to 6 months has been insane. Like I think I work really hard. I feel like I'm constantly working. I'm not constantly working. I've definitely calmed down a little bit, but I feel like the past few months I have been in a lot of like mental stress. It's not like I'm like, oh, working like this crazy, except for this week. This was crazy, but like it's always, you know, on your mind, and it's those little stress, and it piles up a lot. So there are two things in my life that help me reset. The first thing is exercise. I know it's just like, so boring to say, but really, exercise is a moment of just pure me. I just don't want to talk about work. I don't want to listen to our work. I don't want to hear anything. Just give me this 1 hour to be sweating and just doing things. And obviously I go for group fitness classes, but whatever exercise, it could be a walk, it could be a run, it's just that energy being let out, that physical movement. Because when I'm stressed, I'm working, I have a desk job, I'm just sitting like this. It's that just constantly crouched like this with the computer and not moving. But when I take off, like I'm just, okay, I need a break, and I do an exercise, which is actually super hard because I'm exhausted, and then you want me to go and be more exhausted working out, but the feeling is just such a relief. So I do exercise to reduce stress. The other thing that I do to reset is not do anything. Yep, not do anything, just literally noir. Okay, noir means like veg out. I just sit on the couch or on the floor, grab my dog, hug my dog, like, sniff her, smell her, tell her I love her, and not do anything. What dumb scroll is it called? Dumb scrolling for hours? Obviously not all the time. I would rather just exercise, but yeah, every like Sundays I would do that. I just like, I don't want to do anything. Don't call me, don't text me. You can text me, but I might not answer. I just want to sit on my Instagram and just do that for 3-4 hours and just totally waste time, like just reset. And obviously I would feel bad, but there's something very, very you just need it. You need that moment of like silence. J_petite chat, you have actually it's one question, but 3 little tiles. So let me share it. Need advice. How do you go about deciding selling 1 of 4 classic flaps? Wow, okay, let's go. 1 medium black, 3 small, navy blue, beige, iridescence, and grungy gray. Thanks in advance. I love all your videos, so real and practical. Sorry for sending 3 different. No, that's absolutely okay. Okay, so we are doing a bag cutting for you. 1 medium, 3 small, navy blue, beige, iridescent, grungy gray. Okay, this is the way I would do it. I'm not saying that this is the way you should do it, but by just looking at this comment, I'm going for colors because you have 4 bags of different colors, and in my head I think you should keep your black medium. You may think that you're not using it, but there's something about having a black bag among the 3 of your Chanel bags that could be useful. So this is the way I would go about it. I'll keep the medium classic, I think it's a medium classic flap. Yeah, medium classic flap in black. I put that aside because I have 3 small bags, which I do think you are a more small bag girl because you have 3 of it. But because you have 3, you have more room to play around with the 3 small bags. So if you had to sell 1 of these 3, I would go with the color that you don't use often, or go with the one that it's harder to match in your wardrobe. So why I said black, because black, even though in medium you may say, oh my, bigger, maybe that's why you only got one, but it's black. Like you might need a black bag, like a black medium classic. So I say keep that one. That's what I would keep. And then for the 3, the way I would go about it is kind of lay them out with my wardrobe and see which one I find hardest to match. Because if it's hardest to match, most likely it's the one that I don't pick very often. So that would be the one that I would sell. Now, here's a scenario. It's like evenly spread, right? Evenly distributed. You use this 33.3%, 33.3%. Then I would go with the one that I tend to gravitate to. It's, you know in your heart, like, yes, I use this very often, but there's always that, like your favorite child or your favorite bag. Like you can rank them. I'm sure in your own head you would be able to say, I think I tend to favor the grungy gray more. So you gotta think about it a little bit. That would eliminate the first one, because if you favor that, means you would use it more often. So put that aside. Then the second and third place, ask yourself again, if you had to give up one of these 2, which is the one you will have a preference. Yeah, that would be the way I would go about it, especially if I evenly use them. But I don't feel like I evenly use all my bags. I have preferences. And usually the ones that I don't use is either I find it really hard to use, or I'm just not using it because I'm too precious with it. But these are bags, and they just should get used. Daisy Berries, how often you go Hermès shopping in a month? Oh my gosh, when I first started my journey, it was monthly. But now, I don't even go every month. I go once every 2 months. Yeah, 6 weeks to 6 to 8 weeks once. And when I go so far, I don't always buy things, but I try to buy a little bit of something. Maybe, I don't know, a pair of shoes. Hopefully if they have my size, then I'll get it. 2 more questions. Nicole Celeste 86. Favorite basics like tanks and t-shirts. Love your channel. Thank you so much. If you have been following my past few videos, I have been wearing this tank like non-stop. I have 2. They are from Lululemon. Oh my goodness, I always laugh about people who buy Lululemon things, but I've started to buy a lot of Lululemon. So this is, let me just stand up. It is like a crop top with a racer back. I have it in black. I have it in this like bluish color. Why I love it? It has its the bra padding. So comfortable. I wear it with these kind of like drawstring pants. Oh my god, it's so comfy. It's just I love it. So I actually went to Lululemon today and I bought 2 more. I think my whole cupboard, once I start to get more of these, I'm just gonna swap it out because I don't want to wear a bra. Sorry, I don't want to wear any bras. If I can, I would even rip out these sponges, but because I do wear them out, like if I was going to walk my dog, this would be what I'm wearing, this pair of shorts, out the door. I don't want to think about it. And yeah, I know, free the nipples, right? But I'll still keep them inside, you know what I mean? Anyway, last question. If you can only keep one Hermès bag from your current collection, which would it be? This is really hard. I have been going through it, like in my head. I've been asking myself, how many bags do I want to have in my entire collection? And what are the bags that I would keep, especially Hermès, because I don't have a lifestyle to have so many, right? But if I had to pick, it would either be, it's only one, right? It would either be the Birkin 25 or the Mini Kelly. Yeah, I think it's really hard to pick just one. I think if I were to resize my collection, revisit the entire thing, I would keep one Birkin, one mini Kelly. That will give you a hint what will happen to my Kelly 25, right? But if it came down to that, it's hard to just say one. I feel like they are on the same level. B25, my mini Kelly. I cannot be one without the other. I feel super sad if I don't have my mini Kelly. I'll feel super sad if I don't have my Birkin because it's iconic. So I just cannot. I think one is just impossible, but two is possible. Like this two, I would be more beyond happy. I don't need everything else. So those are all the questions, and thank you so much to them. I love doing Q&As. So if you want to ask me any questions, doesn't have to be Hermès. This month is quite Hermès heavy, yeah? Yeah, it's quite Hermès heavy. I think maybe because it's like the start of the year, we talked about wishlist and all. Yeah, if you want to ask me any questions, Hermès, of course, anytime. You want to ask me Chanel, any brands at all, do follow me on my Instagram. I post a question on my IG stories, so do follow my IG stories as well. Usually towards this beginning of the second week, and then I'll find time throughout the month to put this video up. So yeah, follow me there, and then I would love to read your questions. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell as well. Otherwise, everyone, please take care, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video.